I should probably take a shower. I need to do my laundry too, and I should definitely clean the dishes. I was thinking about, going out to the store.
Ben, what are you doing?
Is this not talk to myself?
Everyone, welcome to Talk to Me, and on for the third time.
Third?
Making his
Three?
third appearance.
Three. I don't know if... this is too much.
This is too much for me.
This is too much, Ben.
This is Ben Marini, everyone. Woo. And if you're watching on video and wondering, why are we sat like this? Normally, there's a split screen, and there's a brick background behind
Where are
the
bricks?
person. Where are the bricks at? We're set up this way is because this is how Ben and I do another podcast called The Podcast of Madness, because we have our own YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And Ben, what is our YouTube channel called?
Our YouTube channel is called Collection of Madness, and we have our branding on right now.
Everywhere.
Don't look at my underwear.
Just everywhere. And socks. So yeah, we started a YouTube channel in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, so yes,
called Collection of Madness, and kind of how that came to be is I was doing Talk to Me, and I always liked video editing.
Oh yeah.
And Ben and I have, if you haven't heard from the other previous podcasts, we've known each other for quite some time because...
Unfortunately, because we're neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shocker.
But, yeah, so we had a love for that. So, Ben, why don't you explain to the people a little bit how this all started, this wonderful, crazy collection of madness.
Yeah, I mean, at one point, I think we were at a campfire together, hanging out. I know, hanging out. What is with that?
With this guy?
Yeah, I know, right? And we were just discussing things, and as far as myself goes, like I've always been really passionate about like creating videos and just the creative side in general, as far as digital content goes. I always liked making little logos and things like that, and I also enjoyed making people laugh and whatnot, like just little tidbits and skits or jokes or whatever. And it's always been something that I've wanted to do is to make YouTube channel and with like YouTube videos and whatnot. Just making like I've always wanted to eventually move to like a mini web series or something like that, and so we were discussing our mutual desire to do something like that, and we figured, why not? Let's do it. So we started our own channel at the beginning of the year, and it's actually going decently well.
It's going pretty well.
Yeah.
Never expected it to be that popular.
To actually take off to a certain extent, yeah.
I mean, we started off with just... Well, some of the content that we have on the channel we'll just kind of explain. So I love top 10 videos, so I do top 10 videos. Ben loves like little skits, like he said. So there's things that we decide to do called pun runs. And there's going to be more than just pun runs. We can get into that later. Which are just little skits that him and I did.
But that's kind of like my child on the channel, and the top 10 is his
top
child.
10s are like mine. And then we both loved podcasting. Ben has been on this podcast, like I said, 2 times before, and we just like, honestly, I think that it's one of the most fun things I do is just us sitting down talking, being goofy.
Definitely. Yeah, I don't know. It's a time to like kind of like let loose and just kind of be ourselves and talk about some interesting topics of strangeness.
Yes. Cold opens.
The cold opens.
But so we do that, and then one of our most popular things on the channel has also been our reacts, because apparently people like to do reacts.
Do react videos.
Watch react videos. So that's always been fun. But with all the still,
he did what?
So like through all that, we just decided like, hey, this is fun, and at least on my end of it, I never really stepped out of my shell towards the acting bit, and spoiler alert, we're kind of nerds. So we like to talk about our nerdisms.
Nerdisms.
As Chris would say.
Yeah, nerdisms.
So, shout out Chris.
Yes.
So, through that, it was weird because I was kind of embarrassed at first, to like get myself out there. In that way. But the more and more we did it, it's
right.
Fun.
Yeah, and there is definitely still an aspect of sitting in front of the camera and how to act and whatnot, and I think we've both gotten a lot better as far as being able to do the things that we do now.
I think we can feel a little bit more natural.
Yeah.
Instead of having like right now we're being our serious selves, but like when we're in front of when we're in front of the Collection of Madness camera, things get a little kooky,
a little more wacky. Yeah. We even almost kind of started to make our own persona characters there for a little bit too.
Just a tad.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that's the podcast, everybody.
Thanks for coming.
So what's been like, because, and you know how I have on here, we have testimonies. Ben has told his testimony before. I've said a little bit of mine, if you listen to the audio version of it. And, you know, at the end of the day, our faith is very important to us.
Definitely.
Now, some of the content that we put up on the channel might not be as faith-based, but our whole goal behind it was we really just like making people laugh
the whole passion
from
is
being
not
stupid,
to
you
like
know?
try and get popular and be like, look, I'm famous.
me.
but more as to just like, you know, give someone something that they can like, well, I'm having a crappy day, and like, oh, this friend sends them, you know, one of our videos or something, and give them a laugh or make their day brighter, or even if just, you know, you want to just chuckle or
Just have a good laugh.
entertainment, you know. Yeah, just have some fun.
At the end of the day, the Lord guides what we do behind this. Like, we try and pray before everything that we do, in regards to the channel.
Definitely.
And I think that we've grown so much with it too. Is only because of
definitely.
you know, what He's provided us with. Because you know, we started with very little, and now here we are.
Well, we've also learned a few things along the way of like how to do things. And
what do you think's the most beneficial thing that you've learned?
the most beneficial thing that I've learned from doing YouTube stuff? I don't know. I feel like I've benefited the most from learning how to act in front of the camera and stuff, and gaining
like that.
gaining more confidence in myself and the ability to like just be, like I said, be more confident in speaking and getting to the point of what I'm trying to say, or just communication in general.
Yeah. You've
getting
done a good job at that.
Thank you.
And you're actually a very superb actor, an improv actor.
An
if
improv
I do say
actor.
so myself.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
I mean, we've come up with skits like right off the top of our head and just went and did them.
This is true. This is true.
So it's been pretty cool. What's your favorite thing that you've done so far out of the punt runs? Like, which one would you say is your favorite?
I would say, now granted, this one might also because it's fresh on, but Your Days Are Numbered is probably one of my favorites. Just 'cause it's very ridiculous.
I like that one. I still like
Whip out the calendar, look at the days that literally numbered.
the calendar just like spawns out of nowhere.
Yes, that was definitely, I don't know, it was short and sweet, but it was definitely a lot of fun.
Rain or Shine.
Rain or Shine.
Still my favorite.
Cloudy. I think.
Oh man, you'll have to check some of these out. We'll link them.
I was gonna say, if you haven't seen these, you should go over to our channel and check them out. They have not gotten the attention that I wanted to on our channel yet, but I have a feeling like they have the potential to
definitely kick off.
to kick off at some point. So if you want to go help that out, by all means, go and do so.
What do you think is outside the pun runs? What's been your favorite stuff to do?
My favorite stuff outside of the pun runs, just in general.
Yeah.
I definitely like the podcast.
Yeah.
The podcasts have, I mean, the reacts have been good, but I think the podcast I've had the most fun doing, just because we've been able to bring on friends and just have discussions about all sorts of things, and then you wind up also like learning different things about not only each other or whatever, but we've also found out like different facts about things because we'll be talking about like different things and whatnot, and have to look them up quick and just kind of learn and expand our knowledge.
What do you think is the goofiest podcast we've done so far?
Goofiest podcast? Yeah. Oh, geez. That's probably one of the earlier ones, probably. Okay. I'd have to say.
I'm trying to remember back.
Yeah. I don't know if it was the one with the candy or... we were discussing different... Okay, that was Patreon. Yeah. Okay.
We have a Patreon. Check that out.
Definitely.
Oh, gosh!
Don't get us demonetized.
I know. Gonna get us demonetized.
Well, this is your podcast, so I guess I don't care. Whatever, dude. Get demonetized
this
yourself.
Doesn't have any demonetization on it. Favorite? The Mr. Beast chocolate was pretty.
Oh, the Mr. Beast chocolate was definitely a good one.
See, we have I don't know LOL. I don't know what that is. Let's see.
I'm trying to remember.
We can't get demonetized with our own.
We've done a lot, and it's been a while. Definitely, I think the most fun I would say we've had is all of the cold opens that we've done.
Yeah, the cold opens are probably the best thing.
Definitely. I think the most fun I have was actually, it's not a podcast, But I think the one that I had the most fun making was we made a trailer for the podcast for the Patreon. I think I had the most fun with that one.
Yeah.
That was the most crazy, definitely the most fun. Towards the end, we were just sitting here, and Mike is being super serious, and I'm like facing the wall, like, "Where are you?" that was.
If you go on our Patreon, you can check that video out too.
Definitely.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the podcasts have been really fun. Did you know that our first Bleach one that we did with our friend Chris is the most viewed one?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
So that makes me happy.
That does make me happy.
Chris is a good guy.
I hope our next one gains some popularity as well.
Me as
I think it was up there pretty good for views to start off with. I think
so. Yeah, I can't thank everybody enough for the amazing support behind the top 10 videos.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I've never ever thought that something that I'd be making on my phone would.
I personally haven't really contributed except for my face and anger and rage. Apparently, apparently, I'm going to steal your shoes if you don't subscribe. I'm going to kill you if you don't subscribe.
Yep, that happened.
And I'm raging on Call of Duty in this latest video.
The top 10 places to visit in Lancaster County, PA, which I threw together within 15 minutes, is now past 8,000 views.
Wow.
Never thought. And unfortunately, that is the one that I decided to do an inside joke that was just supposed to be for the Collection of Madness family because they would have understood it. Now, 8,000 people have heard me say, subscribe to the channel, or else we'll kill you. Ben will kill you. Maybe that's why it's gotten so
I know,
many.
right? Like, maybe we need more death threats in our videos. That's what makes it better.
Oh,
like this video's already pretty good. Let's take some death threats here. Hold on.
Sprinkle a bit of death.
Yes. Being ADD also helps because it adds to the randomness.
It does.
So I was just thinking about the sprinkling, and now it reminded me of a meme where this guy, this cartoon, where it shows God making a person or whatever. He's like, just a little hint of anxiety, and the cap falls off. He's like, and then the next one is like, why did you make me this way?
Oh, it's
really
so
good.
great. I think one of the things that I love the most about that is our chemistry of coming up with creative and funny
definitely.
things. You know, those pun runs
process,
were all just.
And that's the other thing. Like
we've
taken a little bit of a break as our personal lives have changed a lot. We both got new jobs and stuff, and now we've kind of settled into a regime, at least I have, of a comfort level of being at the job and handling things and having a new schedule, basically. And I've been, as I've been going at work the past couple of weeks, I've actually come up with some other ideas for pun runs. So I'm thinking potentially within the next couple of weeks, maybe depending on how much I procrastinate or not, coming out with some new pun runs. It's a thing that everyone does.
Well, let's talk about then the channel moving forward. Like you said, we have taken a break, but that seems to have benefited us.
Yeah, I think so. I think when we first started, we really worked on pumping out a lot of content and just trying to get ourselves out there and getting a lot of stuff. Like when we say people can come to our channel, they're not coming and there's 2 videos or whatever. We definitely pumped out quite a bit of content. Hopefully it's good content. Hopefully. I feel like some of it isn't, but live and learn. You got to start somewhere.
Maybe the Sean Connery video wasn't savory, but boy, did it make me laugh.
Yes. And I think as far as what our desires for the channel are, is we definitely would like to keep it going.
Yeah.
For sure. And
maybe not as consistent as we've been.
Right. Like I said, our desire is to keep it going. Yeah. How practical that is kind of the next question. Yeah. What we have to figure out.
I think that's something that we learned during the break of us taking that break too, was we kind of came back together, and when we first started it, we were having so much fun.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And then as we started pumping out more and more and trying to get to certain goals, I just think it became less fun,
more chores.
More work, chores. And
which, again, is also fine as long as we're reaping a benefit. But
we never wanted it to be that. You know,
we want to keep on doing it as long as we're having fun and doing it and we're enjoying doing it.
Yeah.
And if that stops being a thing, then we don't really want to be doing it. You know?
Absolutely. So at least so if you're here on the Talk to Me channel and you haven't seen the Collection of Madness channel, please go check it out. We'll have more a little bit later on how you can check that out. If you have watched the Collection of Madness channel before and are subscribed, you know, thank you. And as I stated earlier, so like I guess moving forward, at least for me, I guess we can talk for ourselves right now. Is I personally I probably won't be a part of as many pun runs before as I used to. There have been some talks about us just possibly moving the Podcast of Madness over to Patreon. We're not 100% sure on that yet.
Yep.
You know, and that can always be up in the air. But for me, I am definitely still going to be doing the top 10s. You can always hear me on those and on that. And definitely for the reacts, I think that we'll still be keeping the reacts going as much
I think
as
we
we can
revisit the react.
So,
for sure,
because that's always been probably one of my favorites is looking at the reacts and stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. And as far as I'm concerned, I haven't really done a whole lot as far as pun runs go. I still have plans for a big pun run that we both are excited for.
Well, 2 of them actually.
Yeah, 2 of them. There's one I have been procrastinating to work on. But that's also, again, like I said, jobs and just life in general, you know, figuring things out. But I do have some other pun runs that I would like to start planning out and maybe filming. Again, like I said, Mike might not be in them, but I'd like to kind of keep those going as time allows. Yeah. You know, so.
Absolutely.
Nothing as far as a schedule or release schedule yet, but.
We're working on it.
We're working on it. It's a work in progress. You know,
and don't forget, too, we have our gaming channel.
Yes.
That we decided to split off. We were doing gaming content. Ben's an avid gamer. I play a couple titles here and there, and we all have an unhealthy obsession to board games.
Yes, exactly. Very unhealthy. We have that was a lot of fun.
Great board game.
Yeah. We haven't even tried this one yet.
No,
but we need to try this at some point.
Wavelength. We're going to definitely try. I need to get that actually still.
Yeah, definitely.
But regardless, that's called Collection of Gaming. So
yes.
you can always go over to Collection of Gaming and check it out.
I feel like I've neglected it a little bit, but
I have to. It took me 4 months to finish. From the time I recorded last, it took me 4 months to finally finish the series. Oh well, it happens. And also, we want to get better with production too, and just
production value,
continue to make this thing.
Whatnot.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is a very fun hobby.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know, we're not trying to
be. If it ever turns into something, we could definitely dedicate. You know, as long as that.
Absolutely, we're not trying to be Mr. Beast or anything, but
but
if we got there,
wouldn't complain.
Wouldn't complain.
Wouldn't complain at all.
It'd actually be kind of fun.
It'd definitely be fun.
So yeah, I guess that's kind of it.
Yeah, I mean, pretty for the most part. I mean, it would definitely be something, like I said, we're both passionate about, like being able to make people's days more enjoyable, and just also being able to just help people out, and like, you know, there's lots of different ways that we can help people, you know, and there's a lot of very practical ways, but you know, we're just trying to find our niche of helping people.
Yeah, and I think even having like the people that we've had on the channel so far has helped them too, because
definitely.
A lot of them have stepped out of their comfort zone. A lot of them have got to talk about what, you know, things that they don't normally get to talk about with other people. You
definitely.
Know? So,
and share their stories and and all sorts of stuff.
You know, visit their acting skills, like Josiah.
Visit their acting skills. What are you doing? What does it look like I'm doing?
Give me back my vehicular device.
That was a good one. That was definitely a good one.
You have no idea what we're talking about. Let's just saw it. So, as we mentioned earlier, well, first, again, the channel is called Collection of Madness. You can find that on YouTube. Just type in Collection of Madness.
Curious of what the logo avatar looks like. It's clearly labeled on my shirt, his shirt, and this fancy mug.
Fancy coffee mug. Not there.
not there. No, this is,
But, so it's called Collection of Madness, and we're still, it's 2022, but we're still trying to get to our 1,000 subscriber goal. We had a 1,000 subscriber goal for the year. Right now, we are up to 339 subscribers, and I am more than grateful.
And that's amazing. Like, that's, definitely.
For a channel that just started in January.
Yeah, we're doing great as far as that goes. Yeah,
it's really good.
Pretty proud of our progress.
If you want to help us even more, we're trying to get to 1,000. So
tell your friends.
Tell your mom.
Bring a friend.
Bring your dog.
This is the type of camaraderie that you get on those podcasts and stuff like that.
It's crazy stuff.
Crazy stuff.
But yeah, and also if you're on the channel, and even if you don't subscribe, if you could just put a like on the videos, that
definitely.
helps us a lot.
That helps a lot.
Us too. Leave a comment too. Let us know if you
what you liked, what you didn't like.
Yeah,
anything.
Tell us.
Say hi.
Tell us now.
Hey.
Wave emoji.
My name's Ben. I'm Matt.
All right. So at the end of the day, too, we mentioned it before. We would never, ever, ever want to ask for money. However, we do have a Patreon set up, and on our Patreon account, if you're if you're not familiar with Patreon, what it is, it's pretty much like a Kickstarter. It's pretty much like a support. So if you like the stuff that we're doing,
it's Kickstarter, but it's a recurring monthly thing where you can support us to do what we do.
Absolutely, and there's exclusive content on there, never before seen stuff. We have bloopers.
I've never seen that before.
You weren't supposed to. Okay. We have we have bloopers. We have what else? Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
We have special podcasts that we've done that haven't been out.
Tidbits. We have a few of our gaming sessions on there.
A few of our gaming sessions are on there.
As far as gaming, we mean like tabletop gaming.
Yeah,
I don't think we have any computer gaming.
I have one.
Video gaming.
There's
okay,
one,
there is
but
one.
It's a very short gaming on there. But regardless. Our tiers, it starts at the $3 tier, which pretty much opens you up to be able to get the podcast of Madness and some of the bloopers.
Yep.
Our tiers go from $3 to $150, but don't worry about giving us $150. But there are different tiers in between there, however you feel led to support. If you do want to support, and that's patreon.com/Collection of Madness.
Yes, it is. And don't forget to check out the YouTube channel, obviously.
That's the most important part.
And don't feel free to look at more Talk to Me stuff like... You know, Mike has a great podcast here going.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't forget to talk about your own podcast.
I forgot what podcast we were doing.
So talk to myself. I mean, talk to Mike.
It's talking to me.
Talk to me.
And also, like Ben said earlier,
talking
with
to you.
Liking to do logos, he designed the original first 2 Talk to Me logos.
Oh, yes, definitely, yeah.
Not this one. This one was me.
He's learning.
I'm learning very, very carefully.
Very carefully.
But yeah, so it's been cool to do this with you.
Definitely.
It's been an honor to do
pleasure.
this with you.
Yeah.
I feel like we've both grown as people doing this. I feel like we've both grown in our friendship doing this.
Definitely.
I feel like
I hate you more now.
We both have spaghetti.
Pasta.
For dinner.
For dinner. And on that note.
Multiple times a day. You have anything else to say to the people?
Bye.
Okay. I've been Mike. This has been Talk to Me. That's been Ben. We're from Collection of Madness.
Can I stop now?
Well,
Can I stop?
You have yourselves Bye.